It's shocking, but we're here. We shock ourselves every day when we end up
Hello,
here.
hello, hello.
Hello, Mr. Jeffrey. So
Hi,
what's going on? How's Mexico?
Mexico is lovely. Inefficient, but lovely.
That's okay. They think that Elon Musk is efficient, you know?
Oh, please.
Hi, Chi Escape, Mimi Nee, and Linda
Yeah,
Frazier's been here since forever.
Escape was with me yesterday all day.
Oh, really?
Yes, on my live video.
Oh,
I did
cool.
video for all the signs yesterday.
All 12 of us.
And you know, I have iced coffee. I drink iced coffee even in New York when it was like 0 degrees. You know, I had a really big window in my kitchen, and the snow would be like this.
Mm-hmm.
And it was so warm in the apartment because you can't turn off the heat. It's like it's on or it's off.
Mm-hmm.
And I would always have iced coffee.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So, hi, if you want to have if you have a question to ask us, we've got uh, we're doing open mic, and the questions need to be based on personal or spiritual needs. We do not do political questions. I did get a political question, and I'm going to tell it to the lady. She wanted to know if our Constitution was going to hold, and if the military would stay where they are. And those are not questions, Scott. That's Scott. Scott and I do those on Sundays. Go to
Uh,
us on Sundays. On today, Jeffrey and I are not answering. I mean, first of all, I have my own feelings about what a crap show it's been that watch something happen and then 48 hours later they'll change it, and then or they're bringing out their greatest hits of the first 100 days because apparently it didn't shock and upset everybody, except everybody knows none of it happened, because the only thing that's happened that hurts, that I feel damaged and hurt by, is a good friend of mine that works for the FDA who got laid off. But it's raining in Denton. It's raining in Dallas. It's raining in Collin. It's raining, and it's raining, raining, raining. And we're supposed to have flash flood watches till 8 o'clock tonight. And what happens is the rain rolls through, but then it rains a lot north of you, and it comes down the rivers, and it gets you that way. So when you're not thinking it's coming. I
we
see
have
it.
a question.
We have a question. Yay! And it's in caps. Oh, Neeru, you are so good. Okay, let's see what we got. And I got a new deck.
Oh, and you know, I don't.
Jeffrey uses the same. No, mine's the same old Eileen
It's
Conley
so
deck.
funny
But
because, like in the rest of my life, it's like I'm a complete eccentric. But like with readings, I use the Rider Waite Tarot, and
mm-hmm,
different sizes. You know, I use my small one usually when I do this.
mm-hmm,
I did a lot of cards, and you could see them.
mm-hmm.
But yeah, so I bought a second deck of the one that Nancy sent me. So it has the Spanish words as well.
Mm-hmm. That's just in case anyone in Mexico asks.
Well, you know, it gives me a reason. Okay.
We're going to focus on this question.
This summer.
Mm-hmm.
Business due this summer.
Let's just see if your business is going to be good, because you're throwing in tariffs, and I don't think they're going to be here. I don't think those are going to fly. I don't think they're going to work, and maybe that's my delusional being.
I get really good cards. I got the wish card, being fulfilled. I got strategy.
Mm-hmm.
He takes action. Knights take action. So
Mm-hmm.
he takes passion. He's got a strategy. You know, he knows what he's doing. And then I got the Ace of Wands.
Mm-hmm.
So, like a new beginning. Great. Those are great, great, great cards, actually.
Mm-hmm.
So don't worry. Great cards, honestly. And you got the wish card, for God's sake.
Yeah. And I got use your own intuition. You guys have run this business by understanding and intuitively, although you look for the signs in the markets and all that stuff. Intuitively, you've done really well. You're feeling very pained right now, the Nine of Swords, like, oh my God, what's going to happen? It's going to be a little choppy just because of crap that's being thrown in there that it shouldn't be choppy seas, but it is. And I think in the end, it's going to be a little slower than you're used to. And I think at some point this year you were thinking about expanding your business, and you're not going to be able to do that. But it's not just it's because people got frightened by the tariff threats. What? Okay. I'm going to get rid of you and move in the next guy. You think this would be easy to do? Do you think I will find a rental that I can afford this summer? Buy some. That means to me June 21st, which is the summer, the entry of summer into our lives. That's the sadness. Will she escape? Find a rental to afford this summer.
And I was feeling before that you're going to move. So this can be a card of movement, right? I'm leaving the past behind. I'm going, and I feel like it's quite the move. It feels like it's quite the move, like a bigger distance than you might imagine. And then I have the card of establishment. That's solid and stable, and also, this is the card of Taurus. But, this is like spiritual insights. This is like spiritual insights. So, there's going to be like information that you get from spirit that'll help you establish it, right? And then I have, a new beginning and an opportunity.
Right.
I would say that's a yes. But I think it might be further than you think.
That's what I get. You're going to move. You're going to have the money when you need to move. Not this summer. It's not going to be in the summer months. You may, let me see about finding it.
Yeah, none of my cards are really summer cards.
I think right at the end of summer, before fall, when fall making things more difficult to move.
Right. Well, this would be the very beginning of fall.
Okay. Yeah, that's when you're going to find it, Chia. So, so keep your eye on the prize and keep looking out.
And expand your horizons, because the first one, I put it back already. The two of wands is like he's looking at the world. He's looking, way beyond thought. Right? He's really expansive. He's an adventurer in a way.
Okay. Next questions. This one's for me.
Ladies escape. I
wonder if you can tell me what I need to do to heal my lungs and why I'm so tired. I've been so tired lately. I don't know where you live. If you live where I live, it started with really bad allergies, and then I exposed myself to scented candles. It almost killed me. I want y'all to know, if you don't pay attention to the 9 candles, I almost killed myself. Those I ordered from companies that said I could get scented or unscented, so I picked all unscented. I didn't want any scented candles. And finally, the day before the 9 candles was going away, and I wasn't feeling a bit better, and I tape early, so it was before the end of the 9 candles. And the last day, I taped it. I gathered all those candles that were the food that was on the table, threw it in a box, took it out to the trash. And the lady who picks up our trash and is our concierge person, she's an absolute delight. So she snapped up the banana split dish and some of the other dishes that were in there. She thought those were great. And I just, but the second we got them out of the house, then we had to wait till a day when it's clear enough to air the house out. Mine are getting better. So I don't know if you've accidentally tripped across something that's given you an allergy. So I'm going to look.
Yeah. Interesting. You should say that, because I get this one, right? And so she's outside in the garden, but she's controlling her environment. That's what she's about. She's controlling her environment. So interesting you say that. So that's what she's doing. So, if you look up online, there are certain plants that you can get in the house that will clear and clean the air. If you look it up online, I know snake plants are good for that. And I think also spider plants. There are other common plants that might really help you. And it'll be revealed, what it is that, maybe there's something in the house, I think.
It's something in her house.
Yeah.
Like see it right
Yeah,
there.
we both get that. And then I get the 8 of, so you're going to work at it. You're going to work at it and learn new things toward it. But look that up.
You're gonna find the answer. I don't. You've actually gotten to the point of thinking, do I need to move because of what's happening to my lungs? You need to take care of them, medicate them, keep them on an even keel, because I'm going through the nebulizer like nobody's business. But and it's fine. Like last night, I told my daughter I was so proud. I was up until 9:30 at night watching TV. Didn't have one big bad coughing spasm. All of a sudden, I was just sitting there, and I turned my head funny, and all of a sudden, I had this need to cough, and I coughed and coughed and coughed. Had to crawl back here to the nebulizer. And this morning, I woke up. My oxygen sats were too low. But so don't listen to me about. Go to your doctors and figure out what's going wrong. You've got people around you with the judgment. It's teaching you about something that's happening in your life, and it's really pissing you off because you're being imprisoned right now. You can't go out and do the things you normally do. It's blocking your sense of well-being. It's stopping you from being with people. And I said, well, when's she going to get out of prison? And it's just by the end of summer, you're going to have this figured out. And I'm going to, this is an illness. It's a passing thing. So I don't know if I'm starting to do some Joe Dispenza meditations again. They're painful because you have to do some lung work and breathing. And when you can't breathe, doing breath work is tough. But if you have a day where you feel like it, just build it up. It is in part never energetic. It is part of the negativity that's swirling around all of us too. I know that hasn't helped mine. Christine, oh, okay. You're going to be flying. Are you flying? I hope you're not flying out of Newark.
I know. A mess, and I used to really like using the.
And Reagan used to be one of the safest airports, and it's falling apart at the seams. So I used to work for an airline. I know all the airports. So we're going to see. Christy's going to have a lovely trip by flying. Well, that's one of the best readings I've done in a long time. You're going to have a delightful time. You're going to meet your friends. You're going to have a good time. Everything's going to be working for you. All the systems are go, and you're going to be feeling really good.
Yeah, I get good cards too.
Yeah. So
I got the Emperor.
Like yeah, I got the Emperor too.
These are the people you're going to meet.
Mm-hmm.
People you haven't seen it, like they're kind of in the dark, so but they're going to come to the light.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to do stuff with them. I got the Sun.
Right.
And the Empress. Yeah.
Yeah, you got all good cards, Christy. So go. And you're not bucking the odds. It's still safer than driving down any highway you've ever driven down. But it's just the airports themselves seem to be having some staffing issues. Lori Lynn, do you see me meeting someone soon? Someone, I presume, for a closer friendship relationship, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
no, when I saw
I'm going to the drugstore to pick up my meds.
I think we know what you mean. Yeah. And, it's like, oh, you're my new neighbor. Hello,
Okay. Cut it into 3. And by soon, I'm saying in the next 6 months. People say, will I ever meet the love of my life? And I used to say, we're putting a time lamp thing on this because I don't want you swearing at me for 5 years when you don't meet the person of your dreams. Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, I get, I throw 3 cards. I get 2 yeses. I got the Star, which is like you're going to be guided toward them, or guided toward you. I get this card, which is really, this is really a yes card. It looks
Mhm.
a little dark, but it's actually a really good card. This is like, well, first of all, Gabriel is here, like giving you messages. So there's a lot of intuitive stuff going on here. And there's this like rebirth. So this would be a yes. And then I get the two. So the two is really about choices. And both Nancy and I interpret this card as, it's like, do I trust my heart or my head? Do I trust my heart or my head? I'm sitting. Trust your heart.
Okay.
But I get a lot of intuitive understand, like you're going to kind of know. Like,
Okay. I tell you what's been going on. You're still so badly ripped off by the old romance that no matter who you've run into, you've put the old guy's, the person before. Assuming it's a guy. Could be a girl. Who knows? Will be equal opportunity employers. Um, but whoever the love was before, you keep putting their nasty face on the person you meet. And it's not them. So you need to get past that. But this is what's interesting to me. You're going to meet them through an old family member or an older life connection, someone you've known for a long time. A younger person's going to introduce you to them. Um, you're gonna do a long time sitting around thinking, deciding, is this the person I want to go near? Is this what I want to mess with? But enough that it's gonna look like you're gonna run them through some trials, and if that's what you need to feel secure, do it. If they don't hang around for that, they're not going to hang around. But I get a feeling you're going to meet someone through a younger family member or a younger person that you know who's going to be very intriguing and has been through a lot of the same stuff you've been through. So that'll help. Nothing like having the same enemy. Are you laughing at me?
The same enemy.
What are the key energies for me this summer?
That's a good question.
I'm going to do body, mind, spirit, grounding, and clarity, but with cards, like you do.
Are you going to do 5?
Yeah.
Body, mind, spirit.
Yeah.
Get good cards. You want to start or should I?
You can go.
Okay. You're off on a new adventure. It's like be open, be optimistic, take a chance. Take a chance, do something new. Don't carry back, just go. Your soul's with you. Your soul's with you. So, trust. Body, mind. And your mind is open to new ideas, is open to new experiences, is open to intuition, to healing, to something new that makes your heart sing. Body, mind. Spirit is all about harmony and bringing energies together and being in touch with the divine. Really lovely. Body, mind, spirit. Grounding is like you can get flashes of inspiration, because if you're in a new place, right, and you're open to new ideas, it's like, well, here they come, right? Body, mind, spirit, grounding, and then clarity. Clarity is great. This is really about like kind of the union in a way of heaven and earth. That this is like
Ground rules. These are the
union of
ground.
heaven and earth. I don't know how else to say it. So it's like I'm open to new experiences, new ideas, and new things in a different light. And so ideas come, and then I can solidify them into, something that's really solid and stable. Really nice, really nice.
Very good.
But it's
Well, what
about
I've got is if you're the Queen of Swords, that's your body.
oh,
You're
lovely.
really embodying your own energy, and you're getting out there and you're starting to poke around, see what's going on. Your spirit really wants to get out and test out some new stuff. Really wants to be part of some new things. That's your mind. Your mind, and as sharp as a tack. Your mind is in really good shape. Your spirit is that of a student. You're an explorer. You're the Page of Pentacles. You want to bring in new information that's going to help make you stronger And that's the key energies that are going on around you this week. You're going to, grounding, you're going to meet a woman with light hair and light eyes who will introduce you to some new ways of being and some new information. Somebody who's really going to help get your spirit together, D. And then your only card is what's going to happen with your clarity is it's new stuff, so your body has to have a chance to absorb it. Mm-hmm. So you're going to have some clarity things. But this is a wonderful, these are key energies. Mm-hmm. You know, you're in yourself, you're ready, your mind's ready to go, you're ready to learn, you're going to be meeting positive people. And of course, like all change, it's going to take us a bit for us to assimilate it.
That was nice. That was a nice reading.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I do a card of the day, and actually the card of the day today was the Queen of Wands.
Yeah, you don't want my card of the day. Do they, Jeffrey? They don't want my card of the day.
No.
Nobody wants my card of the day. Can you give me an idea when my son will get a job? He's having a hard time finding one. Rhonda, I have an email I can send you with one of my children, and they could send each other notes about finding jobs. I know where you sit. Okay, cards. This is Rhonda's child, not mine. So frustrating because they're talking to people all the time. And I'm like, are you incapable of closing the deal? I mean, of course, they all learn. I could not job hunt in this environment. Well, I do with y'all, but when I went from job to job, I always, the next person said, oh, you need to go here. And that's where I went, and it worked.
Yeah, I get good cards.
I get good cards. He's having a hard time coming to an idea that it's ended. Yeah, he's got a lot of swords, but he's pulling it together. He is right now in the current environment. This is today. He's the hangman reverse, which means he's really getting his rear into gear and deciding I can't hang out like this. I think it took him a while to get over however he lost the last job. He has a lot of really good skills that he's not focused on. He needs to quit having this. I yell at my kid about this all the time. I hear but I'm a wounded puppy in the shelter in the last cage and no one wants to take me home. Don't do that. Wouldn't you love to have me for a mother? And yeah, he's going to have something. He's clearly, I think he's going to go into temp this summer. And if he's not doing temp to hire, that's really hard right now. And if he goes in, he'll be clearly ensconced in his job in the fall.
Yeah, I get that he has to combine energies. So maybe take some stuff that he already knows and combine it with something new, because this is really about combining energies.
Mm-hmm.
And then I get the sun, which is, as Nancy and I both say, the best card in the deck: freedom, opportunity, growth, radiance, clarity. And then I get the Page of Pentacles, and the Page of Pentacles also, you know, all these cards that have this yellow background, they're full of hope and optimism and expansion and
when you're
joy.
When you're changing jobs, the Page of Pentacles is great because it means you're open to learning the new thing.
Exactly. Yeah, he's really the student out of the whole deck, wouldn't you say?
Yes, he is a student, or she is a student. I have some.
Well, pages are funny. I always read pages as gay people because it's like they're kind of boys, they're kind of girls. They're, you know, kind of a little bit.
This is our answer to about moving. She has a bad landlady.
Nothing worse, girl. Finally, I have a good landlord.
I know. I do too. It's one of my kids, but I think, you know what? I had a quick flash when I saw that. Will the landlady know that? Not wishing anyone ill. No, I think you need to keep looking because she's not going anywhere. So that situation is never going to change.
Yeah, no, she's very at home where she is.
Yeah, well, it's maybe her home, I think. So.
Yeah.
Okay. This was a question I wanted to get today because I'm trying to master, and we do this when we read cards, a new reading. And it's really a way for me to teach people when they say to me, what do my spirit guides want me to know? Jeffrey doesn't know anything about this, so the stunned look on his face is for it. It's going to be like a spirit 7, Jeffrey, but it's going to be like, okay, best way to explain it's a hexagon that's been separated, and the top part's going to be a triangle. It faces this way, and that's got to do with the spiritual part. And then there's a triangle below that has to do with the physical part, and then there's an outcome card in the middle. Okay, so we're going to be laying 7 cards. If you want to do this, because I just found this, and I found it in a book that I'm listening to, and it sounded kind of interesting. And
so the top is spiritual, the bottom is physical.
Right.
The middle one is like the crux of the matter.
The outcome, right.
Right.
This is the spiritual component.
Yeah, I like this reading.
This is the psychological component. And this is the outcome. Oh, okay. What do your guides want you to know? And this is why I wanted to do it, because it gives you this guide component up here. And this, I'm in living my life, and then the psychology. What energies do I carry in? So I'm going to start at the top because your energy flows down. You were born with a lot of really clear skills and abilities. And for some reason, within your family, that was not the respected role to be the knower. And so your kind of thing you need to learn is you need to cast off this part of your learning, the part of your old family teachings, and hold on to what spirit sent in with you, because your wheel of fortune has everything. Okay, now the psychological, these are the things you've known in this world. You don't do change well, and so you're facing something that's requiring you to think about change. You're facing coming and learning more about look at this. You're breaking out. Your energies, your spirit energies are breaking out. And your only problem with this whole process, what your spirits want you to know is quit crying over spilt milk, quit worrying about what they said. This is what I love about Tarot. You can turn that card and connect this 10 of Wheel of Fortune with these 4 cards down here, and you'll be fine. You'll have the outcome you want. Does that make any sense? Am I making total nonsense?
No, it makes sense to me. So tell me again, the top 3 are what?
Okay, this is your spiritual advice, and what's going on right now.
Okay. So now my spiritual advice is you've had to walk away from maybe sort of relationship, okay, in order to be more calm and more stable.
Mm-hmm.
That's spiritual. And then the bottom is what? Physical?
That's your psychological. This was stresses you know you have, stresses you don't know you have, and this is how you're going to conquer them.
Okay. You have to honor your body more.
Mm-hmm.
It's really important to be in your body and to receive the messages in your body. Okay. The opportunity is there. You know, it's almost like your body is telling you stuff, and you're like, no, I can't be bothered. I can't be bothered. I can't be bothered. You know, I'm bored. You know, oh, that's too easy. But then I get the 10 of this is really great.
Mm-hmm.
So it's almost like it's right there in front of you, but yeah, it's like you don't want to see it. Or you don't want to grab hold of it because it's like, oh,
I know a little of the story. Too much has been taken away at times. It's diminishing you, but that's just an echo. That's shadow work you need to work on and turn that away.
And you have the book. I know you have the book. I think you have the first. You were the first one to buy the book on Amazon.
She was, because she wrote me about how do I get this.
But then I get the Knight of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles is a very powerful card. The Knight of Pentacles is like, he's the foreman. He's the foreman. He's like, I'm going to get this done in the physical world, and I'm not leaving until it's done. You know, he's very tenacious, and he's very responsible and very practical.
Mm-hmm.
And he's not moving until it's done. I mean, that's who he is. So there's a certain I don't know, stubbornness in a way, but in a good way.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's like, okay, this is the situation that we have. This is what we have to deal with in a practical way, and I'm going to get it done. You know, I'm going to take the action. I'm going to do what I need to do. And you have the strength card here, for God's sake.
Mm-hmm.
So the strength card is, it's not only union of body and mind, but the strength card is also like, I allow myself to be tamed by my light, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is the eternal flame. This is like this is your body, right? Which is tamed, or the tail between the legs, by spirit. And it's like, in order to gather my strength, I have to allow spirit to guide me into my best life, my best feeling, my best, my highest good. So you've got it in you. And I feel like the gift is right there. It's like, I'm just going to grab hold of it. And it's like, well, I don't see it. It's like, just grab hold of it anyway, and it'll reveal itself.
Okay.
Interesting reading.
So for those of you who wondered, what has she wandered off into now? These two are the spiritual. This is the spirit. This triangle makes the spiritual side. This card in the middle is the outcome. And these three cards that are pointing up are what's happening in the physical world or in your life now. And this is spiritual. So when people say, what are my guides saying to me? What we're going to is spiritual advice, spiritual advice. What are the information they sending down to you about what you need to do? And then this is hidden consciousness. This is awake consciousness. That's being awake. And that's how you can meld these two together or work with them to move up to the outcome. And the outcome in this case was her outcome right now, if she sat where she was to not make a decision, but that's not appropriate. These cards, trust me, spirit screaming at her, turn that damn card around and pick it up.
Yeah.
And
What card is that? The middle one. What was the middle card?
It was the Five of Cups.
Ah, okay. All right.
So, and I really want you guys to find more ways to read your own stuff, not just, hi, Dr. Gail.
Hi, Dr. Gail.
Nevra's in Arkansas. Yes, you've had a terrible allergy season. I'm showing it. Okay. She's the one who wanted to know about it. Oh, you've had a horrible. I talked to another woman who's wrote to me because she was in prison during this season because it's been so bad. You're right. Your rescue inhaler is your best friend. And I got another question. How will my bariatric surgery and recovery go for me?
I don't even know what that is, but okay.
There's several different ways I can do it, but what they're doing is they're controlling your weight, your ability to gain weight by either sleeving your stomach or redirecting it. It's a re-on-Y, or I don't know which one you're getting, but it's surgery people have so they will lose weight. And it can be very effective, but you have to keep up with the kids because it also, you can gain it all back really fast if you decide to not take care of it. You want me to answer it if you don't know about it, Jeffrey?
No, because I got three majors.
Oh, good. Well, then you want to know it, Jeffrey.
Should I go?
Yeah.
I got the Empress. The Empress is like one of the best cards in the deck.
Mm-hmm.
You know, this is about flow and abundance and fertility and growth, and it's really good. It's really good. Creative. And then I get the Death card. Don't get scared. The Death card is a really wonderful card about complete and utter transformation. A new light is, the old is dead, the new is beginning, the light is shining, the light is rising. Really good card. Big transformation. And then I get the Judgment card, which is also, it's a rebirth. I mean,
Mhm.
between this one and this one and this one, it's a rebirth. It's a rebirth. Really good, really good cards. How do you like that?
Okay. What I got is, boy, is it taking you long. You've had to fight with people to get this done, but you know it will get you out of prison. You know it will get you out of the prison that your body has become. There's a woman around you. I don't know if your mother's still alive or a sister, somebody who's cut them off or turn them around or just say, I'm not listening to you. Because they're going to, oh, it's it. And they always come, oh, well, then this starts and that's, and they bring up all the negative things. Go to all almost, go on YouTube and find the most enthusiastic people about this surgery. And because I've had 2 children go through this, and I guess I should not have raised them in the Lick Your Plate Clean Club. But anyway, and for one, it was highly successful, and she's kept almost all the weight off. The other one lost a lot of weight, looked really good, went through a disastrous divorce, and began to emotionally eat, which is what had put the weight on in the first place, and now needs to find a new path. So I'm just telling you, once you get there and you get your right weight, go support yourself with other people who are your right weight.
Mm-hmm.
And you'll never be happier than you did this. Trust me.
Thank you, R. Smith. Twice.
R. Sniff twice. I'll find out soon. I've got to do these things. Will our home be renovated from the damage soon, or we continue to have delays? Oh, okay. See, if we're going to say I'm going to give it 6 months, allowing for supply chain problems. You know, Kendra, it's I don't know how massive your repairs are, but some stuff's just getting it. But there are not going to be a lot of new houses built because nobody can get any lumber out of Canada. Your average okay sort of house is going up $300,000 because of the tariffs.
Oh my God.
I know.
That's going to be renovated from.
I've already had friends who've had children cancel their new houses because they're going to wait and see if those things hold. And remember, guys, there's not tariffs going into practice. The Chinese have just put all their ships in the dock. Will our house be renovated from?
Okay, so I get the 5 of Swords. So the 5 of Swords, it's a really interesting card. It's like I have to change my way of thinking. I have to look at a new place. I have to not follow the leader I used to follow. I don't want to fight.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm going in a new place. I'm changing my mind, right? But then I get the Pentacles, which is really good.
Mm-hmm.
The Pentacles knows how to make things grow. The King of Pentacles knows like where the money is coming from. He's really in charge.
Mm-hmm.
He's really in charge, and really in charge financially. Okay. And then I have the Empress. The Empress is all
That
about.
would mean your house is going to be put together just like you want it.
Yeah. The Empress is great.
Well, what I got is there was a big debate about moving or not moving when the damage happened. Then you decided to stay and put up with it. I don't see them really getting in there and crunching down and getting it covered till fall. But when they do, they're going to be very skilled people at what they do. And you're going to learn a lot, and they're going to learn a lot doing it. And they're going to be, and this is a good card. Normally, I don't like the control freak card, but if you're dealing with someone, that's the 4 of Pentacles. If you're dealing with someone who wants to control redoing your house, you want the 4 of Pentacles there.
Yeah, for sure.
You want that kind of mentality there. So, and there will be delays. I don't see anything till fall. Sorry. Am I on the right track? I don't know. Which track are you on?
That's too general. There's someone, you are Smith.
Will I finally to get to fix her essential tremors?
I don't know what essential tremors is. Do you?
It's a neurologic situation. Kat, I'm gonna pull a card. Or are you on the right track? And we're gonna do it with a 1 card pull, which we're not cheating you. It's just, are you on the right track for what?
Yeah.
I mean, there's a whole lot of stuff in your life.
I
Let's see. What'd you get?
got the Hierophant. So the Hierophant, like I said before, so the Hierophant is Taurus, right?
Hmm.
Hierophant is very stable and very solid and in touch with spirit and establishes something. Is there's a spiritual energy to it. There's like it's the Hierophant. The Hierophant basically is the Pope. So what happens is his third eye is a lid, or her. I think it's a her. The third eye is a lid,
Must
and
be
it's like,
Pope Joan.
yeah, that's what it is. So I get this energy of, getting information in your like crown chakra or in your third eye and then establishing it on earth. So this is a really solid, stable card, right? And this is also about ritual. So if there are rituals and like things that you do every day that, like keep you calm, like maybe you meditate or you exercise or you eat right or whatever it is, that's your yes.
Okay, Kate, what I got is you're fighting with a lot of people right now. There's just a lot of petty arguments going on. You've got the grounding. You know what needs to be done. And they're just making you crazy. So you're on the right track. They're just trying to push your boat off the right gear. That's a 5 of Wands.
Uh,
Jeffrey doesn't know my deck well enough to read them.
No, it's well, first of all, it's far from me because I have to be far, and then whatever.
Okay.
Actually, you know what? Maybe I'll make it bigger so I can see.
I can make both of us bigger.
No, because I want to see the questions too.
Well, I think we can see the questions with both of us bigger. There they are. The magic of internet.
Wow.
Okay, this is a good question. Then we'll get to essential tremors. Will I be financially okay to pay my house off this year? Lori Lynn.
What I'm getting before anything, it's like it might be wiser to wait. I think you can, but I think what I'm getting before like you might decide it's wiser to wait. That's what I think. That's my first off thing. I mean, you got it. Yeah.
I'd look at some tax planning because you never know what's going to be coming up next. Okay. You got.
Oh, I can see the cards much better now.
Okay. Well, when I make them me bigger, I mean, it makes them bigger. So they're going to be these. This is all about money. You need to go to a real tax analyst because to see what it's going to do to you financially. If you pay it off, what about the money you've been investing in that house and how's that affected your taxes? Because trust me, they aren't done with us about taxes yet. But this means you really want to kind of pay it off because before you were not as cautious financially with your money. And so you really have gathered yourself in a safe space where you want to contemplate not going through those tribulations again. This is complete and utter change. And it's upside down. It means not changing right now, but you've got the planning, the financial planning card. And this is like a tax guy or a lawyer or a person who understands that. And you may be a tax guy or a lawyer, Lori. I don't know. I do know how to pay taxes. I don't like to. But they can help you do the best planning. I'd put it in a financial planning plan right now because there's so much insecurity.
Yeah, I get 3 pentacles, which is great because pentacles are money. I
Yeah,
get
it's all
the
money.
pentacles who's like living her best life, and but she's very independent. She knows how to work with money. She knows how to make money. She knows how to be comfortable. And then I get the Ace of Pentacles, so like the money is there, or the money will appear. But then I get the 6, and that's like that balance thing, like we were talking about. It's like, well, where do I put it? Where do I put it? So I don't think the decision is to be made right now. I feel like
I think she needs to have the options in front of her.
Yeah.
And then she'll know what she really
Yeah.
wants to do.
Yeah. But I feel like the money is there. I mean, this is the card, basically one of the cards
Mhm.
of wealth. Here's more money, right? And then here's that, balancing it out. Here's the balance doesn't show up. It's only in 2 cards. So, yeah.
Okay. So now we're going to go to R. Smith and essential tremors. And essential tremors it's a neurologic condition. And it comes from, it can start from a whole lot of reasons, which I don't know, R. Smith. So I'm just going to go, are you going to find a fix for these? And I'm going to use my regular card. It's like somebody's doing fine and then all of a sudden they find they don't have the strength in their hands or their arms to hold on to things. My mom had essential tremors from the time she was in her 40s, and her big one was she'd be holding on to something and it would just let go. And the woman collected Royal Doulton and all kinds of crystal. So my mom never picked up Royal Doulton or crystal. Clever child. What do you got, Jeff?
I got the Wheel of Fortune.
Good.
So, I mean, the Wheel of Fortune is like luck turning in your favor, but things are changing. So, because the Wheel of Fortune is also a 10. So I think there's something that needs to be stopped and something new needs to start. It's almost like a little mini world card in a way. And I think you need to go to another place or another doctor or another.
That's my thing. Whoever's got you now, this is what you got. Maybe you're stuck with it, right?
You need to change, and then an opportunity comes.
Right.
I'm very clear.
I've got that the people you've got you and they don't have it's just either they don't know or they don't have or it's not there or it's something's about to come. I had a kind of neuropathy and I went into a way of fixing it through food. Fix some of it, but every once in a while it shows back up and I don't know where the bottom of my feet are, which is most troublesome. So you have my sympathies. You're in a prison right now. The people you've worked with, they've taken a lot of your money and they have not produced a whole lot.
Yeah.
You want to be spiritually released and you're just not seeing what the people you are is. Okay. I see you're going to have to make a major change.
Yeah. Get
past the people. Understand that the longer it goes on, the less strength you have to fight it. I think it's going to be this winter before you find the person you need. And I don't know where you live, R. Smith. I don't know what kind of medical facilities are near you. I don't know what kind of homeopathic people are near you or naturopaths.
It's definitely a new because this card is really interesting.
She's got to move somewhere on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is like troubled water going into somewhere new that's more calm, and they don't look back. It's not about looking back. It's about looking forward to the future. It's not like, oh well, this didn't work in that whatever. Now here's where I'm going.
Okay.
Right.
Prime 3.
The Ace of Pentacles is really good.
Yeah, and that's winter. That's when I saw things shifting for her in the winter.
Yeah.
And I know it's summer and it seems like forever, but God, on the accelerated timeline we live on.
I know it could feel like next week.
Yeah. May I have a general reading?
Okay.
Prime 3. So since you picked Prime 3, this is another thing I picked out of one of my books. You can pick a significator, which is a card you put in the middle. It's for you. And the reason they used to do that in Old Tarot was they took it from 78 cards to 77 cards, which made it more of a spiritual prime number. So your significator I'm going to pick is you getting, and what you do is you put that down. That's underneath the 1. I'm going to have to raise my thing, Jeffrey, so we can fit. No, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use smaller cards because then they will fit.
I'm doing.
I know, Jeffrey. You're just so ahead of me.
Well, whatever. The screen is only so big.
So go, Jeffrey. I'm going to find a 3 for her.
Okay, so tell me this. I have a significator.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I ended up picking the Three of Pentacles for her. But that is just a card to put out, and that's what we're hoping for you is collaboration and good things, and that
Right.
what's going on around the Three.
And then you throw another 3 cards.
What you do is you lay out a Celtic cross.
Oh, so this is the heart of the matter.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
We can do a 5-card Celtic cross, which might go quicker.
No, I mean, I like doing the same reading. It's kind of fun.
But yeah, I'm picking up. We're starting to teach our class again, so I've been listening to some old wives' tales around readings. And so, if you don't know how a Celtic cross reading goes, it goes. That's you in the middle, and then this is where you are right now, which is you're in the Hangman reversed. You certainly are. You're the Hang Bunny reversed. You're ready to go. And this is why you've had some people stealing from you. 7 of Swords. This is what helps or hurts you. This is far past. This is near past. This is far future. And this is your near future. And then in this, if you read a lot of Celtic cross books, they say this is hopes and they say this is but I see it. I've always read it as hopes and fears. And then this is where you are right now. Boy, you feeling burdened. And where you're going. And these are the cards that are going to help get you out. But you're ending up in the Wheel of Fortune. So whatever's going on around you is going to end by October.
Yeah, October card. That's right.
Right. And then I see, you're going to be past these people they may have taken stuff from you, but I think you're going to get it back and more, not through any legal cases. I'm going to tell you, this is a weird card that's in this deck. It's called the Happy Squirrels. And what it means is it's all the pleasant cards all put together, but it's reversed in this case. So I think what you're dealing with, Prime 3, is you're dealing with, this is what happened to me when I was raised.
Yeah.
And you're dealing with a lot of crap that came out of your life, but you're letting it go because you've got this 10 and this 10 and this 10, which means you're going into totally new phase.
Mm-hmm.
You're getting rid of all the illusions of all the happy places you're going to go. You're starting to understand the only thing that's happy is inside of you. Mm-hmm. You're your own happiness. And you're dumping the burdens that have been put on you. You're striking off in a new direction. And you're feeling a little unbalanced, but that's okay. Because we all do when our life gets sort of thrown upside down. But by October, I think it's going to be wonderful. What'd you get, Jeffrey?
I got a really similar reading. I also did a Celtic cross. So my significator is the 4 of Pentacles,
mm-hmm.
who doesn't really want to, he hangs on to things like that, clings.
Mm-hmm.
And then I got this, which is, like kind of the card of like the past. It is the card of the past. So that's
the card of the past family.
Yeah, no, it's the card of the past.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like there's this new balance coming in. I have this coming up in the near future. You're starting on a new journey. I mean, you're starting all fresh and new, and you're finally following your own inner light, your own inner guidance, right? And you're going to take what worked from the past and leave the rest behind. Because it feels like there's a whole thing with the family. There's a whole thing from the past that you've had to deal with and heal through.
Mm-hmm.
And you've done a lot of this work. And sometimes, it's like, oh, well, maybe I did the wrong, you keep on doubting yourself. That's what I keep on getting. You always like, oh, well, like even though the last time they lived with me, they messed everything up. Maybe I should have them again because that's like the right thing. I know. I feel like there's this new energy coming in for you to like stand on your own 2 feet and to be in your own power. right? Because at the end, you know, like the top card, these are the two top cards I get. And these are really powerful. You know, she's really practical and really nurturing, but she doesn't smother. And he takes full responsibility. So it feels like you're off on a new way of thinking and being in your own body, in your own self. Um, and you're really being led completely by how you feel, by your intuition, by your dreams. And I think that's new for you. I think you've always been very practical and very
Mm-hmm.
earth-based, which is good. You know, I'm not saying that's not good. And
Mm-hmm.
it's good to have that as a base, but you're also inviting in, you know, new spiritual information that can really help to guide you in the place that you were meant to be, which is, you know, being in this sense of self-love and self-nurture in a practical, fertile, beautiful way. It's almost like you become your own new parents.
Right.
So this is like the feminine side of you, which is really practical and earthbound and fertile, and this is the male side who takes the action on the creativity, on the passion. And I
Mm-hmm.
feel like you're incorporating that and you're finding it in yourself because you realize like the, you
Mm-hmm.
got what you got from the past, but it wasn't really what you needed, and now you're figuring out what you need and you're moving forward into it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, really interesting.
Okay, so we're going to run through these guys, and I have a comment further down I want to show too. We answered your question about your tremors. Um, she's been switched to a new regimen. There's a woman further down whose mother-in-law had the same problem, and they were able to treat it with electrodes. They planted electrodes in her brain, and they stopped the impulses.
Wow.
And no, I've heard that happening too. So you
Wow.
may find someone like that, but no promises. I'm just saying people are trying to give you good advice in the chat. Flower, Beauty, Peacock, Rainbow. You said we did pretty good last time. What we're going to do is I'm going to lay 6 cards. June, July, August,
Okay.
September, October, June, July, August, September, October, November. That's the next 6 months.
Okay. I'll do this.
You're going to feel very, very defensive in the month of June. You have to work on some stuff, but July is going to be your breakout month. And I see money coming in August. September, I see you really feeling on top of things. You get your intuition and your ability to use your creative abilities is going to hit in October, and in November, I know you work in a business world, and I think in the business world you're going to get to lay down your own rules. What's happening by the end of the year? You've been worried you were going to have to walk away from what you've been involved with. That's not going to happen. But you got great months. By the way, I am doing 6-month readings and not at that level of detail. I will be doing much more in-depth 6-month readings. Also available on my website. What you got, Jeffrey?
Okay. June, I have you'll know when to act. You know,
Mm.
you have your passion in your hand, you have the magic behind you. That's June. July, I have, you know, you're being really fertile and nurturing, and you're going to know where to plant the seed. You've been very patient because I have 2 queens here.
Oops.
So there's this element of patience coming through, which is nice.
Mm-hmm.
June, July, August. August is like you're going to put up a boundary. You're going to put up a boundary that's really healthy for you. Yeah, you're going to put up a boundary that's really healthy for you, and then you're going to decide how you want to move forward. But it's like this. It's almost like a little bit of a take inventory time, right?
Mm-hmm.
June, July, August, September. You're going to have a lot of choices ahead of you, and you know you have to be careful about the choices that you make because there's going to be a lot of different choices, and some of them might be a little illusory. So it's like choose wisely. June, July, August, September, October. October is like really full
Mm-hmm.
and abundant, and you feel really satisfied.
Mm-hmm.
Really satisfied. This is really nice. And then November. November is like you get a gift from the past.
Mm-hmm.
a gift or a memory from the past that makes you feel really loved and comforted. It feels like you're going to be able to access an energy or a feeling or something from the past that really enhances your life.
Right.
Nice cards. There's not
Yeah.
a bad card here.
No.
Yeah.
Okay, our next one's real quick. I had a spirit visit on Saturday. What was the purpose of the visit? Who? I did see them, but I didn't hear them. CC, that's a much deeper question. We really don't have time to go into that at this point. You can. I'll be back up on next Tuesday, and Terry and I'll be up on Monday morning. You can ask it then. You don't always have to. If you don't always have to hear them like we think we hear things. You hear them in your brain.
Yeah, and what was the color?
She didn't say color.
I know, but I'm getting a color. I don't know. The color is the
Energy.
That's the clue.
Yeah. Okay, and this one, Artistic World, we've only got 2 after this.
Okay.
And after that, if you're further down the line, I'm not picking the questions up because we like to kind of end on time. What's going on with my siblings? They lie and backbite me. Living away from them since I was 16. Well, what I'm going to do, Artistic World, is see if it's going to get better for you. I'm not going to spy on your siblings because I've already had one hit that tells me I don't really want. It's not my place to tell you that. And I only try to read on people that come and ask for me to be read. Like I read on that lady's son because I'm in the same position, but I don't even try to read on adult kids. I will read on small children, affect the parent's life. But so we're going to see about, how you should be getting along with siblings.
Okay, this is what I get, right?
Yeah.
I get 2 pages, I get 2 pages. So these are your siblings, right? So pages have this energy of naivete, of inexperience, of like being children, basically, right? And then I get you. This card, okay, this is the lady in the garden. She built her own wealth. She didn't get it from her husband. She didn't get it from her family. She built her own wealth. She built her own little private garden, right? And she's really discretionary. So what does that mean? It's like, you cannot come into my garden. You are not welcome in my garden. You are a weed. I only have beautiful flowers and plants growing. And why would I introduce? So like, that's it. Just be autonomous. Pay them no mind. That's the answer. It's like, I'm in my life. I'm in my world. Chitter chatter, chitter chatter, chitter chatter.
They're doing nothing for you. This is Bam Bam. This is the Ace of Wands, and it's reversed. This is a big Bam Bam stick. You don't need the energy of them, and they don't want to get along with you. And the reason they're saying all those things about is because you are such a guiding light and so glowing compared to where they live. And just let them have their own little dark secrets and fight with each other. Yeah, that's right. I'd leave them in the 5 of Swords with each other.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, be in your garden. Be in your power.
Rhonda wants the next 3 months. 1 card for each month. Says the person who's dictating to Jeffrey.
Huh?
Never mind. I said, says the person who's sitting here. I said, do 1 card for each of the next months.
Okay. No, I like when you just give me the layout. It's much easier.
Well, your next 3 months are going to be a little bit rugged. You're going to have to switch from being the insightful queen to being the stabbing queen because someone around you is telling you lies.
Wow.
And yeah, Page of Cups upside down. And it's upsetting her understanding of who she is. So let's see, what's the good thing that's going to happen out of all this? Oh, yeah, you got the Chariot. Just move on. Whatever's going on around you, move on. What'd you get, Jeffrey?
I mean, first I get this. So this is like, I'm not taking it. I'm not taking it. And sometimes this could be a little bit of boredom, but also sometimes this could be like, oh, I want to, this sometimes this could be a manipulation. So it's kind of
Yeah,
like offers you something, and it's like, well, I don't think so.
mm,
Oh, if you come and work for me, then yeah, no.
no, this person is subservient. They want to work for her, and they do not have her best interests at heart.
Yeah, because you're the King of Pentacles, which is like somebody who knows how to make things grow, the good business person, and who's solid and stable. So, mind your own business and you make your business grow. But then I got the Sun.
Yeah, she has her own way out of it. She just needs to pick up her chariot and move.
Yeah, the answer, don't, yeah, you're right with not picking it up. It's fine. Yeah. The Sun is a great card. The Sun is the best card in the deck. The Sun is about abundance, and freedom, and fertility, and radiance, and clarity.
It's also the most uncomfortable deck in the card in the deck. Can you imagine being naked and riding on a horse? Woo.
Yes, I can.
Well, I don't want to hear about your personal life, Jeffrey.
It's like that John 2 commercial. Remember the John 2 commercial on TV?
Okay, we're going to look at this. I'm going to pull one card. Will I meet my favorite movie star in person in this life? And I got I have to do it up here because we're on this camera now. I got the Wheel of Fortune upside down. I think there's going to be times when you're almost going to meet them, but it's not going to really happen.
No, I think he's moving too fast. I think he's fast.
Your next best step, Ellen, we're going to break it down to one card. You talk about the world's quickest reading. Okay.
Take the opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
There's an opportunity, grab it.
Mm-hmm. And these are my incredibly... Oh, you know what to do next. You're the High Priestess.
Oh, wow.
You're just coming to us to get us.
And the High Priestess, that's a fabulous reading, girl.
I know.
Wow.
Whatever's out there, grab it.
Yeah.
And she's even speaking to you in your language. Gracias. Okay, I'm just looking down to see if there's anybody who has something that's okay. Most of them we've answered in other ways. Lori Lynn about selling her house and getting her house together and moving on. And thank you anyway.
Artistic world. The more I look at that question, you were living away from them since you were 16. You did the right thing.
Here's our answer. Thank you both very much. Spot on. They are kids, unawake, bad habits with all of them.
Yeah. That's the really important thing about that Nine of Pentacles.
Mm-hmm.
She built her life. She built her bubble. She is living in abundance and light. And she doesn't, the Empress is different. She's a goddess, so everyone's invited. But the Nine of Pentacles is like the Empress incarnate. So she's human. So she says, you know what? You cannot come to my house. You're not invited to my party. I don't have any pizza for you.
Mm-hmm. Well, there's only so much energy you can spend on people like that. For classes and reading info, go to the garden, www.crystaldirections, or Jeffrey at Ripecolor. There are not too many other things called Ripecolor on the internet. And I'm beginning to do my 6-month readings from June to December. You schedule them out.
Are offering our tarot classes.
That was in this one. And we had a class. We've got a certain number of people who want to take the class, but we feel we need a critical number to able to teach it. And because I got sick, we took that as a sign. A sign. We're supposed to start right now. So, and if you have any other questions, I won't be on again until Sunday when I do politics with Scott. And everybody else, have a lovely week and
blessings.
Enjoy yourself. Bye. World's longest day.